Great Thursday morning, 3/26/2020. To God be the glory. Let me ask you this question. Do you consider yourself to be a creative person, artistic? We know that that is a skill set that is so important to have, especially right now while people are trying to solve these monumental challenges, the economy, the government, health care, oh my goodness, allocation of supplies. Well, we know that God is the creator of all solutions, and it's creativity that allows us to come up with strategies. The Lord will illuminate the minds of his people, and that comes with having witty inventions, skills from the Holy Spirit. God will pour it into all of his people. It is so important. Engineers, doctors have to have creativity. Pablo Picasso, who was a Spanish painter, artist from the 1900s, he died in early 1900s, but you know what? He died in his 90s. And to my knowledge, it says that he was still painting the day of his death. He did not stop. And he has a quote that I love. It says, "Every child is an artist. The problem is staying an artist when you grow up." There is also, I have a journal with Monet, Claude Monet. And the Lord had me start, a channel, YouTube for my students, my fine arts and music students, because creativity is so important, especially right now while we have all these pent up emotions, and, it can lead to despair if we do not have an outlet to express ourselves, our authenticity that's within us. So that brings us to Ecclesiastes 12, the last chapter, the first verse. "Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, in the days of thy middle age, in the days of thy latter years." Whatever season of life you might find yourself, remember your Creator. Creator is with a capital C, because he is the originator of every beautiful gift, every source of nature. That's why people were so drawn to Chicago's lakefront yesterday. It was warm, the beautiful sunshine, blue, yellow. It was just gorgeous. Well, it's the Creator who gives the gifts, and he gives all the solutions out here. Now, listen, I was helping my son study yesterday because I'm homeschooling a college student, and he finally received my help, and I was telling him strategies as far as studying. At first, he got 14 out of 20 on the quiz, which is 70%. But then after I listened to the Lord and applied the measures that he gave me, and I gave it to my son, he got 20 out of 20, 100. Listen, in verse 12, chapter 12 of Ecclesiastes, it says, "And further by these, my son, be admonished of making many books. There is no end. And much study is a weariness of flesh." When you study the wrong things, when you work harder and not smarter and not listen to the Lord, oh my goodness, it's tiring. And then you just get discouraged and give up. But if you listen, the Lord will give all types of ways. And I tell you, people be like, "Where did you get that from?" The Holy Spirit. Yes, and we are to do this before we return to the dust. We're to help each other. We're to create beautiful works. We're to glorify the Lord while we have a chance, and to bring out the genius in all of us. Psalms 146, "Put not your trust in princes and professors. They have knowledge, they're limited, but," in verse 4, "their breath goeth forth out, of their bodies, and they return back to the dust. And that very day that they leave, their thoughts perish. But happy is he or she that have God as their tutor, God as their teacher, God as the scholar, God as the illuminator and the muse." That's where we get the word music and museum, because he's the one who brings out the inspiration and the ideas from our heart. And he is our help, and our hope is in God. Amen. And we will walk before the Lord in the land of the living. Psalms 116. We will praise the Lord, praise him, because we love the Lord, for he is gracious and righteous. And that's in Psalms 116. So let's make some beautiful works today. Let's listen to the Lord, and he will show us how to solve and make beautiful works. Enjoy.